briefly allow me to briefly share a presentation on what GPAP is in about 5 to 10 minutes. I'll just share my screen. Yes. So very quickly, GPAP stands for Graduate Professional Apprenticeship Program. Uh, just a moment. Yes, very quickly, GPAP stands for Graduate Professional Apprenticeship Program, and what the program is about, the program is a reskilling program which is designed to give you hands-on experience. Why should you join the program? Join the program to get experience, get knowledge, get skills, get skills which will be able to help you access work. Who does the program target? The program is targeting graduates, career changers, vacancies, university students, and the program is designed to run on a monthly basis. So every month we have a new cohort. The program at the moment is currently running at Tech Bazaar, which is located in Tinda, Kampala, and it's designed to run full-time, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Duration, like I had mentioned earlier, the program is designed to give you 2 years of experience within a period of only 3 months. It is ideal for people who feel like maybe, for example, you feel you are stuck, you've been working for a while, but what is missing from you being able to take that jump, from you being able to get that managerial position is the lack of experience. This is a program that you come to get that experience, or maybe you've just recently graduated, but you feel you don't have the experience to be able to go out there and compete. This is where you come and get the experience to be able to be ready to face the job market. The purpose is to build a successful professional career through mentorship, coaching, exposure, connection, and so many others. In terms of capacity, we limit to 5 people per cohort. History, the program started in 2017, and we have since had over 130 alumni from over 12 cohorts. And we are proud to say that 96% of the people who have joined the program have been able to complete. So which means most of the people who join the program are able to successfully go through the 3 months and finish successfully. In terms of impact, we see here over 87% of people say the program has influenced them heavily. And yes, so this is a simple case study over the period of the last 10 years. We've gotten a small sample space of graduates who have been able to graduate over the last 10 years. And as you can see, we got a sample space that out of 4 million graduates who have been able to graduate over the past 10 years, the number of jobs which have been available, as you can see, are 700. Now, what does this mean? If a sample space of 4 million people graduated, but only 700 jobs are available, where does this leave the rest? This means that over 3,300,000 of the people who have graduated out of that sample space remain unemployed. And of course, this is not just information that has been fabricated. As you can see here, This is information that is backed up by various media houses. You can see Daily Monitor, The Guardian, New Vision, talking about how most of the graduates are struggling after graduating. They're unable to land jobs because the jobs are way fewer than the number of people who have graduated. Now, why join the program? Join the program to be able to get skills that will help you compete in the job market. Also get valuable work experience, just like we had talked about. How the program is designed to be heavily practical and hands-on, and also being able to get networking opportunities through events, through both internal and external events that we have. You're able to get exposure and connect with various like-minded individuals and professionals in your industry. Also, get the opportunity to also grow personally through the various soft skills such as communication, teamwork, problem solving, all skills which are very necessary for anyone who is looking to take that next jump. Also, fast track employment through the connections that you get. You stand a steady chance of being able to get hired quickly. And of course, these are some of the testimonials from some of the people who have gone through our program here. You can see Alinda Rutaraka says, I did not know how to market content after creating it, but through the program, I've learned how to strategize. Best Businje says, I have learned so much through the program. I wasn't familiar with accounting softwares like QuickBooks. And this is also one of our testimonials from people who have been able to go through our YouTube channel. So most of the webinars that we have, we later upload these on our YouTube channels. So please feel free to go out and check out. There's lots of valuable information there. But as you can see, Baruda Marvin says, the GPAP mentorship sessions reminded me that becoming employable is not just about technical skills. Eric Cherines says, I have followed your mentorship sessions and found them insightful. Yes, this is also called 3 alumni. These are some of the other colleagues who have also gone through our program. And then, as you can see here, who is GPAP's best fit? Like I had mentioned earlier, students, graduates, and also people who are looking maybe to either change career or they are looking maybe to add something onto what they already know. Yes, so as you can see here, these are the areas in which we train in. We have human resource, research and projects, multimedia and production, proposal writing and fundraising, software engineering, sales and marketing, digital marketing, accounting and finance. Yes, so these are some of our posters. Please, in the case you land on any of these posters anywhere on social media, please feel free to share them in your respective networks. Yes, so these are some of the quotes from wise men. Benjamin Franklin says, tell me I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn. Robert Greene says, apprenticeship is the most natural of learning. It allows skills to be passed down in fostering discipline and mastery. Malcolm Gladwell says the best education does not always happen in a classroom. Apprenticeships helps empower people to learn by doing, ensuring that knowledge is not lived, but not just memorized. Yes, as you can see here, sign up today and get a 40% discount. Recommend someone and be able to get a 10% discount. And of course, these webinars are really brought to you by the Graduate Professionals Apprenticeship Program. So join GPAP today. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. So yes, GPAP. So in summary, GPAP is a hands-on skilling program that provides 2 years experience in 3 months, graduates, career changers, holiday makers to leapfrog your career to excellence with mentorship, coaching, exposure, connections, and competitiveness to get jobs faster. Achieving paid non-linear professional advancement by intentionally bypassing traditional slow step-by-step promotion paths to reach a high-level position or elite skill set faster instead of a linear trajectory. Yes, so in summary, this is what GPAP is. Yes, so join GPAP today. This is an application link, and also these are some of the contacts. Yes, so with that, thank you very much, and allow me hand over the session to the moderator. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Epa. That was interesting to hear about the session. Sorry, the program that organizes these mentorship sessions. At this juncture or at this point in time, I want to invite our moderator, sorry, our guest of the day, Jen. If you're there, kindly you may introduce yourself and you can take over the session. Thank you, and over to you.
Hi everyone. Let me know whether you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Thank you so much for this session. And I'm truly happy to be here. And Ken, thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. And the reason as to why I am actually here is because of TechBuzz. I got this opportunity a few years ago, maybe, is it 5 years ago? I can't remember, like 5 years ago, when I was in Kampala, and I joined the volunteer program. I see now it's called GPAP. Last time, I don't know, I don't remember what the name was, but it was a volunteer program, which I did for 3 months. And as the presenter that was here before said, I was able to go through all the departments at TechBuzz. And this prepared me very well for what I am doing right now as a person who works remotely or works from home. And we are going to look at what remote work is and how to excel in it. Beyond that, I am so happy that I got that opportunity, and it has opened doors for me. It has gotten me to where I am right now. So I'm an executive assistant. I work for one of the agencies in Nairobi, Athena, and we work with clients that are all over the world. Right now, I'm working with a client who is in Sacramento. And what I do for him right now is being a partner. And being a partner is working with that person every day and making sure that their calendars are checked, the emails are well checked, like making sure that they have their day-to-day work, like a secretary, like making sure I'm an operations manager, ensuring that everything is done and tracking projects, basically anything that would happen in an office setup, but I do it from here in my room here at my work setup, and I'm able to offer those services to him when he's in Sacramento. Or of course, the time zone is different, but we're able to work with his time. And I think my shift begins at 5 p.m. and it ends at 2 a.m. I'm sure our times are the same. So yeah, last time I was there, I probably learned how to greet people in Luganda. Is it Luganda?
Yes.
So Oriatia guys, I'm happy to see you. Okay, just to keep the chat interactive, let me know where you are from. I know you are all from Uganda, maybe the city you're in, maybe in Tinda, you're in Busega. Let me see where you're all from as I prepare my presentation.
Yeah, we can share that in the chat. I have already put mine. Kindly tell us the place you're joining in from. Someone is in Kampala, that certainly is CBD. Someone is in Nairobi, Kenya. You're welcome. I didn't know that you came with some people from
Yeah,
Nairobi.
I came with.
Elizabeth from Nairobi, Mbara. We can see Mkono, Nkozi, Chisasi, Ntinda, Nakasero, Mkono,
Mm.
Ntungamo. Interesting. That is Western Uganda.
Uh-huh.
Anyone from Northern Uganda, Fort Portal. A
Oh.
friend of mine always tells me that is a tourism city. You're welcome. Nakasero, again, Bustema University, Gayaza. Awesome. Yes, over to you. Kampala International University. Interesting.
Oh, nice. I'm happy that we are all joining from different parts of Uganda, and thank you for the guys that are coming from Nairobi. I know they might have seen me from from either my status or my Facebook, and I'm happy that this shows that all of us can work remotely. The fact that you're able to join to this call and you're able to join from whatever place you are in. You have used technology. You're able to join via Zoom or whatever platform you're joining us from. This means you can work remotely, because working remotely does not mean that you have to be someone who is coding or you're doing any tech stuff. You can also join from anywhere, and you have joined the global labor market to be able to make a difference or earn a living that is decent and can allow you, to live a decent life. So my name is Jane Wangoi. I am from Nairobi, Kenya, and we're going to look at some of the remote work basics. And one of the things that we are going to look at is some of the myths that we have around remote work. Most of the people think that for you to say that I work remotely or I work from home, you must be a tech professional. Though this was started by people who are working in tech, like people who used to work for big tech companies, like people who used to work for Microsoft, Google, and mostly people work from India or from the US. They used to say they are working remotely, and probably they were the first people to join this. But when COVID came and everyone was supposed to work from home, things changed. And it's during that COVID time that like meeting platforms like what we are using right now, like Zoom, were very popular, and they became one of the platforms that you have to really know that to use it for communication and even for collaboration. So the myth that tech professionals are the only people who do remote work is wrong. We have thousands of non-tech roles that are fully remote. Especially what I do as an executive partner. I started as a virtual assistant, and when I was working as a virtual assistant like 3 years ago, and when I first got my first client, what I used to help my client with was just basic stuff like respond to her emails, and also manage her social media. And you'd think that those are just easy things to do, but it is one of the admin work that most people are looking help in. Like someone who is let's say a founder or someone who is running a business, and they do not want to focus like really on the admin work. They want to focus on growing their business, or they are doing a lot of outreach, or they want to meet people who want to invest in their business. So really admin work is something that is there every day. Like and what I mean by admin work is maybe you are receiving a lot of emails from clients who want to buy your products or services, or maybe you have a booking system. You are a therapist, and people are booking through your email, or they are booking through the website, and you want to ensure that if today your client who is a therapist is meeting 5 people, are you able to make sure that they are well spread out through the day? You have also left some time for lunch. You have also set, like time in between to ensure that they do not become overwhelmed by moving from one meeting to the other. So you have allowed them like, buffer time between meetings and stuff like that. And it might look like it is not a lot of work, but that is what runs, that is the engine of any organization or any company or any business, that admin daily work, checking emails, checking calendars, looking at who you are meeting, preparing meeting notes, and such is business critical work that is needed to run the business. So some of the non-tech roles, I know we know people who are software engineers, and we know they can work remotely, and they are working from home. So other non-tech roles that are there, we have like administrative and executive support. That is basically what I do most of the time. Operations and project coordination. Partly I do that as well. There is customer support and customer success. We also have marketing, and this could be digital marketing, content marketing. There's also HR and recruiting. We also have sales support and account coordination. So by the show of hands or through the chat section, could you tell me any other jobs that you think that are non-tech and can be done from home? Let me see what you're saying. Ken, is there anyone typing on the chat?
Yeah, virtual assistant, deliveries, AI training, bookkeeping, yes, yeah, those are some of the ones. Training, teaching.
Oh yeah, teaching. Teaching
Yeah,
is actually one of the jobs that right now is very popular. I know people are applying to
procurement,
time.
logistics.
So,
Logistics, we don't know how easy that is, but it's an interesting one. Design, admin support, podcast, travel, operations, wellness, check-in. Awesome.
Awesome.
Those are some
So
of them.
ideally, what you have to have in mind when you look at remote jobs is, I'm an accountant. We have an office in town in CBD, but I can also work like 2 days at home, but still deliver the same work I could have delivered if I went to the office. So basically, anything else that is not tech, but you can do it from home and still deliver as required, then that is a remote job because you're working from home. So we're also going to look at why companies hire globally, because when you say remote, that means anyone can work from anywhere. And that means, for example, right now, when I'm supporting my client who is in Sacramento, it means that they're able to access my talent, because people from Africa, we go to very good schools, we got really good education, we have very good skills. And so companies that want to hire globally, they want to access us who are the global talent. And I'm happy to see that the people you have here are graduate professionals or people who want to come for apprenticeship at TechBuzz. And that means those are people who already have skills, or who they just graduated, or they are at home and they want to go back to work. So they already have skills, and these are skills that companies are looking for globally. And why people are hiring from Africa or hiring from different parts of the world is because it's cost efficient. Maybe for someone they would have hired a designer for maybe $4,000 in their country. They will get them maybe for $2,000, And then for companies that run 24/7, like Amazon, the shipping company, they would require people to work 24/7. So they will hire people who will work at customer support, maybe 6 hours, 6 hours, 6 hours. And they look for countries that, if it is daytime in Africa, they will hire from Africa and have them work in that shift. And then the other shift for people who are in the US time zone, so that they're able to have like 24/7 operations across the company. So what are employers looking for people who are working, who want to work for them remotely? Communication skills. And when we talk about communication skills is, are you able to do a presentation? Are you able to communicate using English? Most of the time they require you to know English and you're able to communicate well. And for this now we have AI tools. If you're not able to write a proper email, you can just write a prompt, drop it on ChatGPT or Gemini, and then let it do for you and do a proper email. Of course, the prompt has to be really good, and then you're able to have proper communication skills. But this also means you're able to present yourself, you're able to speak and communicate ideas and also receive feedback, and you're able to have a conversation with your client or your employer. So in terms of reliability and accountability, do you have the tools that are required for this remote work? Do you have a proper machine? When you're working remotely, you're not going to use your phone. You need a good machine. You need a HP or a Dell, or a MacBook if you're able to get one. And then you need proper internet. I know Airtel has really good bundles in Kampala. And in terms of accountability, when you're given a task, are you able to complete it? If you say today, I'm going to deliver this report by 3 p.m., are you going to be able to deliver what you say you're going to deliver? So in terms of proactivity, are you able to see problems before they happen, and are you able to give solutions? Because most of the time, your client will not be there to look at your email. So you see like 20 emails, maybe they're asking for the same thing. Or probably now, since it is a tax season, are you able to let your client know, like, it is the tax season, we have had like 5 or 6 requests for us to submit our taxes. Are we done with those? Are you going to sit on that email, or are you going to sit on that communication and then wait until the deadline when it's like 2 days, and then that's when you want to run and say, oh yeah, there's these emails I received like 5 days ago, and then we need to submit our taxes. So you have to be proactive in terms of providing solutions and identifying problems before they even happen. In terms of organization and time, you see, we are working in different time zones. Are you going to be able to keep working from 5 p.m. to 2 a.m.? Like, are you going to keep that time? Are you going to be disciplined enough to ensure that you stay on until then? Are you able to ensure that you're able to manage your time properly? And then digital fluency. Here we're talking about, are you able to use Zoom, like the tools that are right now needed by people who are working remotely is like communication tools, like using Zoom. Are you able to use Zoom? Other companies, I know they use Teams. Like those are for communication and collaboration. Are you able to use Slack? Are you able to use Google, like Google Suite? Google Workspace? Are you able to use slides? Are you able to do sheets? Are you able to do Google Word or the Microsoft package as well? And are you up to date with what other clients are using? Because you're going to apply for that job, and then they're going to send you a Zoom link like this one. Are you able to join using the Zoom link that you're provided, or the Teams link that you're provided, or the Google Meet that you're provided? So in terms of digital fluency, let us prepare ourselves. Even when you say we are looking for work that is remote, are we able to use the basic tools that are required for communication, for organization, for time management, for communication, even using the basic AI tools that we have right now? So you actually have to be at par with what people are using right now. And I'm happy that all of us now are able to join this meeting using our Google link, our Zoom link. So some of the mistakes that we do when we are applying for those remote jobs is using our generic CVs. Right now, the probability of someone reading your CV, a HR manager or someone who is hiring to read your CV, are like at 20%, because they pass through an ATS system. the CVs are passed through an ATS system, and then they are filtered. So if you applied with a generic CV that didn't have any words or anything connected to the job, so itakuwa filtered and then you'll not pass. So ensure that when you look at your CV, and I know at GPAP you have already done CV sessions and how to do your CV to match the jobs that you're applying for. Make sure that every CV is the word has gone. Make sure that your CV has words that are contained in is customized to the job. And then underestimating tools. You have to have a machine that can run Zoom. You have to actually have internet that can ensure you have the tools that you're able to join such a meeting. Because if you have a machine that cannot hold a Zoom meeting, then that means you'll begin the meeting, and after 5 minutes, you start lagging, you start saying, my internet has gone down, or we can't hear you. So for working remotely and working remote jobs, you have to ensure that your tools are tools that are going to help you look like you're ready for the work. And then in terms of communication, make sure that you're able to communicate clearly. Of course, you do not over-communicate, you do not over-talk. Make sure you're able to communicate with what is important first without using a lot of bluff words, but we're going to look at this later in another session. Then positioning and taking initiative. In terms of positioning, make sure that you're able to position yourself. I know most of you said like virtual assistant, you also said like people in logistics, but what are you positioning yourself as in logistics? How are you positioning yourself if you're an accountant? Like look at the words that are used in the job market in LinkedIn, and then see how you're able to position yourself. So how do we get started? Now that we know the tools that we need, how we need to prepare ourselves, and we also understand what remote work is, like how do we get there? So we have a practical roadmap here that we can choose, and it's an easy roadmap. Like step 1, choose a path. If you want to work in admin, let's start by becoming a virtual assistant. Let's get the skills. Let's learn the tools that we need for that. If you want to work in operations, then look for the tools. Even in customer support, especially in customer support, they use a lot of CRM tools to be able to manage the customers. So are you able to use the CRM tools that are there in the market? Then learn the right skill. Other than now learning, when you choose a path and say you want to be an admin, and so one of the right skills is to be able to, are you able to look at the calendars? Are you able to look at the emails? Are you able to do travel, like travel planning? Because those are the skills that an admin is going to help, or those are some of the work, some of the things that you're going to be doing in a day-to-day work. And then build proof of work, create a portfolio. And for this, I used someone who wants to become an admin or a virtual assistant. For example, in their portfolio, they're going to have sample inbox management, show that what they did and what they have done up to now. And then in terms of calendar, then they're going to show how they have done the organization. So if you're also going to look at or you want to be a social media manager, you're going to have a plan in your platform, and then you're going to show what you have done before. If you want to become a project manager, you can showcase project tracker that you have already done. And also in terms of positioning yourself, yeah, so here you become specific. I know there are people who are thriving in online right now in remote work, hiring managers. People are hiring, and because there are so many companies that want to hire talent from Africa, and that is Kenya, Uganda, and those areas. So they are looking for people who can help them hire because they already know talent here. And so they are hiring a lot of people who can help them hire. So there's a lot of people who have positioned themselves as hiring managers, and they might be just virtual assistants, or people who who already work as HR and they want to move online to work for remote companies, and they position themselves as remote hiring managers. So, and also apply strategically. So there's so many job boards right now, and LinkedIn, I know people say a lot about LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is one of the remote job boards that you can get there, and they're usually hiring. Just make sure that when you're looking for the jobs in LinkedIn, make sure they are remote and they're hiring from anywhere, because sometimes you find they specifically say maybe I want to hire from LATAM, from Africa, from Europe, and such. So the ones that really favor us from Africa are the jobs that you're going to find either hiring globally or they want people from LATAM. And then also the other place that you can find jobs is Facebook groups or Reddit. And those are areas that we can look at in other follow-up sessions after this, and then we can dive in a topic that you'd like us to look at, and then and then we can see where to find the actual jobs. So if you get this roadmap, it's very easy. It's just five steps. Choose a path, learn the right skill, build your proof of work, position yourself, and then start applying strategically, and you're going to have that job. So what do you do when you finally get that job? Make sure you build trust quickly. And how you build trust quickly is to ensure that if work is beginning at 5, could you join like 30 minutes earlier and then have a feel of everything, test your machines, test your internet, test the platforms. You might go to put on your laptop and then say it wants to update, or you go and put on your laptop and then something happens, it shows you the blue screen. So you're going to build trust by ensuring that you're always there on time. You understand, you also understand the business. I know in the first 1 month, you're also going to be learning how your client works and how in the business they are in, the niche they are in, and you're able to learn every aspect of the business so that you are able to be immersed. And then now when you respond from a point of knowledge. And then be proactive, ensure that you're able to spot problems when they come in, ensure that you're also able to give solutions when you see problems, and also suggest ways that you can support better or work better with your client. And also ensure that you're able to communicate clearly. And in terms of communication, we already know that we have AI, and let us use AI to help us in our communication so that you're able to communicate in the same platform. So what are some of the realities of remote work? People might think that it is rosy, but it is not. It is flexible, yes, you can work from anywhere, but you require a lot of discipline. Like I said, so I begin my work at 5 p.m., but I cannot wake up and then I'm running around town, running errands, and then I want to come back, and then by 5, I want to start work. You're going to be stressed. You're going to get tired. You're not going to be focused because you're already tired. Your body is tired, and really you can't really give your 100%. So it requires a lot of discipline to know that at 5 I need to be at work. So I need to have rested like for 4 hours before work to ensure that I'm able to give my best during work. And also because of time zone challenges, you might be starting work when everyone else is going to sleep. So let's say I give my case. I begin work at 5 p.m. That is when all my friends are coming from work, and maybe they want to meet, they want to hang out. It's on a Friday, there are parties. And you know what? You're going to miss the parties because your work begins at 5. Theirs began at 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., but now yours is going to begin when theirs is ending. So you're going to have a lot of missing out, and also have out of time zone challenges. And also the other thing is because they are going to have their holidays, and you do not have holidays then, or you have your holidays here and they don't have holidays. So those are some of the challenges. And also there's isolation. Now you see I'm working from home. everyone is at their work, or the kids are playing, they're outside playing. But no, if you do not manage well, you're going to be depressed. So it is important when you finally get that remote work, you're able to prioritize rest, eat well, exercise, and find ways that you're going to ensure that you're always taking care of your mental health, and always have structure. So this is the end of my presentation, and thank you so much. Please send in your questions there. We're going to have like 5 minutes where we can look at questions that you have. So here are some bonus things that I thought that could help. I know right now we have different social media channels, and to tell you the truth is that I got my first job, my first remote role from Facebook. I was just scrolling on Facebook, and then I saw someone who wants an assistant, basically a personal assistant, and that's how I found my first job. And really, most of the jobs that I have ever done remotely, I find them from Facebook. And I know most of you are Gen Zs and you're not on Facebook, you're on Instagram and you're on TikTok or you're on Twitter. But even those social media platforms, you can also get jobs from there. Just make sure you're able to search, you know how to refine your searches and then get those jobs. So some of the bonus things that I wanted to give you guys is that I know someone from Uganda who's doing very well. I believe she does podcast management, and it's Joy, the remote chick. Maybe you can find her on YouTube, on TikTok. I follow her on TikTok, and then I've never seen her on Facebook. So find her on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. And then there's a Kenyan person who is doing very well in terms of like getting new skills. Like he helps people like to look at skills or develop skills that can help you get work remotely. And he's always talking about like content management, social media management, and also virtual assistant. He's called Kanairo Hustlers. I think he's basically on Instagram. And then Beyond Savannah. Beyond Savannah is a platform as well, run by a HR professional who hires globally. And then if you want to develop your skills, I did virtual assistant in ALX back in 2022 when they just launched it. And it's a very good platform for you to gain skills, and it's free. I think they charge $5 now a month, but it's a very good platform for you to be able to, if you already know what you want to venture into, you can also go to ALX and see what they are providing. They also have courses or short courses on people who want to do like content management, graphic design, and they also have tech programs like data science, data analysis, and stuff like that. So thank you so much for your time. Let me see if you have any questions.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jen. It feels like we have had you for a very short time. Would have had you for another extra hour. Looks like everyone was excited. Numbers are not even reducing in any case, which is a common thing
Okay.
with Zoom meetings. That really speaks about how interesting. Grace, thank you very much. I see Charity, Roy. Well done. So if you have any questions, kindly, Gerard, and raise your hand and you can ask your question. When you finish raising your hand, I will be able to speak your name so you can ask your question. But for those
Okay.
who can, you can also put your questions in the chat.
Okay.
Someone is
I
asking,
see some questions in the chat. Is there an age limit? There's no age limit. There's no age. I started work when I was very very older, so there's no age limit. As long as you can do the work that you're saying that you're going to do. can we get some remote gigs after this? I'll be grateful. So Johnson, what skills do you have for the work that you want to get? Okay, which companies recruit employee on a virtual or remote basis? Could you share some of the companies? So there are several companies that I know that accept workers from Africa. So we have Talent Pop, we have Influx, we have Atlas. So those are companies that I know that they pick guys in customer support and they are entry level. The thing is, when you get to those companies, they require you to have a very good done CV. They also ask for a video introduction. You have to do a video like the way I am right now. Make sure you dress well, you present yourself well, and then do a video. They ask for a CV, a video, and then you have to do several tests. I know Athena is not in Uganda yet, but I'm very sure they're going to come there very soon. They are here in Nairobi, but there's so many companies that offer that. Which companies? Okay, I think I have. Oh, Plus Links. Okay. What platform do you get paid from? Okay. So there are many platforms that you can get paid from. There's PayPal, there's Wise, there's Lemitly. Yeah, and some companies will require you to use platforms that allow payment in Africa. I know like the Equity Bank has a program with, I don't remember the name, but Equity Bank has a way it integrates with other payment companies and they allow payment through their bank. But this is something we can look at for different companies. Yes, Faith. Faith, please go ahead.
Faith, you have raised up your.
Yes, thank you. You said that you find challenges that your friends come from work and for you you're preparing to go to work and then isolation. So my question is, how do you remain focused given those challenges, the isolation and the fact that your friends are going out and for you have to stay at home, wherever you are working from, and you have to be like the time zone difference and all that. Yes, how do you remain focused? Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Faith, for that question. And that is a very good question in terms of like how do I do it? One of the best things that you can have is one, have a very good support system. You can have friends who are just pulling you into like going to parties when they know very well that you have work. The other thing that you should have is structure. Your day cannot run by the way the normal people are running their 8 to 5. So you create your own structure, your 8 to 5. So I begin work at 5 and ensure that I have told everyone around me, my family knows that I begin work at 5, so they cannot be coming into my work area all the time. And then with that structure, and then when I get to bed at 2 a.m., I have kids, so I make sure that I will prepare my kids in the morning, and then when they go to school, I go back to bed. I actually literally go back to bed, and then I sleep for like 2-3 hours, and then wake up, do some exercises, have my breakfast and stuff like that. Just ensuring that I have a structure that I follow, or a routine to ensure that I also do not like feel like I am missing out. The other thing is to have communities. Like we have communities for people who work online, and mostly we meet on Saturdays when everyone is not working, and then we can share the challenges that we are facing. And also we have active communities on WhatsApp and Slack where we can always like feel like you're working with other people. I know humans want connection. So WhatsApp groups, and also you can always call in someone when you know that you can always reach to them. So out of support system, structure, and ensuring that you have a very good routine. Thank you, Faith. Yes, Nelly.
Hi, thank you, Jen, for the awesome presentation. I know
You're
you're
welcome.
smiling.
I am.
Congratulations. So, yeah, I have a question, yeah? Valid
Yes.
question. I
Yes.
love the way remote work has evolved over and over again, but
Mm-hmm.
now we have this change also in age. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
asking myself, do we have like an age limit of who can work remotely and who
Mm-hmm.
can't work?
Mm-hmm.
And what are the roles, given that people have experience? Maybe that person has done finance over the years and now they want to switch to remote work. Where do they
Mm-hmm.
start? So yes, that is my
Oh,
question.
thank you, Mary. That's a very good question. I know someone else asked that the same question in the chat section. I believe there's no age limit. And when I say there's no age limit, it's because when I started work, I was way older. I was very, way older because I had taken a break. I had taken a break of about like 5 years to bring up to raise my kids and be with my family, and we were moving all over. And so the day that came there, I was like, wait a minute, now I have a little bit of time, and I want, as much as I want to raise my family and be with my family, I also want to do something meaningful on the side. So when you say something about age limit, there's no age limit. I also believe that, for example, what you have just said, the finance guy, those are the guys that could be offering, like, they could be financial analysts right now, or they could be like bring their experience and then just strategically position themselves, like say I'm a financial analyst, and then we given their history or their background, they'll get very, very good jobs in the financial sector. And yeah, so your own limitation. No one is limiting you. No one looks at your age. They just want to know whether you can deliver. You say you can do this, then you better do it. And that's the only thing. I hope I have answered Neely.
Grace has a question too. Grace?
Yes,
Grace, are you
Grace.
there? We can't hear you.
Yes, I am.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Kenneth, and thank you, Jen, for the presentation. It was indeed awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have a question, mostly two questions. One is about culture, because I've been exposed to remote work before,
Mhm.
but one of the challenges I found was that the discrepancies in culture, especially in Africa, you find that
Mhm.
our work cultures really differ, especially from the countries overseas. I wonder
Mhm.
how you're able to navigate those, because sometimes you'll find that they will even just shut you down because maybe they either sometimes they don't understand what you're saying, or maybe they don't understand how whatever you're doing, they just don't understand it. So I wonder how you're able to navigate that. And
Mhm.
then also, yeah, finally, I would ask, especially if you are maybe an executive assistant to someone who okay, someone who is structured but also unstructured, like
Mhm.
in a sort of switch programs on a
Mhm.
rant, I should say, and then they have like ideas coming in all the time. So I
Mhm.
wonder how you're able to navigate that, and like if you're dealing with clients and then maybe something new has come up, and then you have to stay positive on both ends, both with your boss, and then you have to also keep a good image with the client. I'm wondering how you've been able to navigate that. Thank you, Jen. That's all I could ask. Yeah.
Thank you, Grace. Oh my God, that's a very big question. That I feel like it's such a big question when you talk about when you have a client and one day they say this, tomorrow they say this. And that is what happens even in everyday work, when you work as an assistant in an office, especially where I work, where it's a startup. What happened yesterday could be very different from what what is going to happen today. So I'm going to give my case. Like, for example, the person that I work for now, they're raising funds, and they're also doing a lot of like due diligence for some money they're going to receive from investors. So you sleep today, everything was okay. Tomorrow there's a lot of traveling. Tomorrow everyone is traveling in the company. They're going to New York. Some are going, and they're all going to New York, and they're coming from different parts of the country in the US. And you have to ensure that you book for them hotels. Make sure you like book for hotels, flights, ground transport, and everything. Ensure that you book the meeting rooms they're going to meet at in New York, and it is very dynamic. So what you have to come in with an open mind. You have to be very fluid, but ensure that you're working towards what the client goal is. If their goal right now is to get funds, you better support them in that direction. If tomorrow they wake up, they say their child is sick and they don't know what to do, you better help them in relieving stress, in ensuring that whatever you wake up and that happens, you are able to support them. They want to feel that they are supported. So in whatever thing that comes, whether structured or unstructured or something that wasn't planned yesterday, you are able to support them. And as an executive assistant, you walk in, you are the superhuman. They will sit and say they want flowers delivered to someone. They want to have lunch in this place. So you have to ensure that your mind, you are always ready to do whatever you need to do to support the client or the company that you work for. In terms of culture, I know we have very different cultures, us as Africans and them as Americans, or any other client that you're going to find. When you're working for agencies, let me say when you work for agencies, they take you through training and they take you through like their own cultures and how to handle different situations. It might be hard at first to work with someone who has a different way of doing things, but as time goes by, you will be able to assimilate. What you have to do is to also protect yourself. If you feel like this is someone that you cannot work for because you are not able to understand each other in terms of communication, then you can always take it as a lesson and move on, or do something to improve the communication if it is on your end. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chris, and I hope I have answered the question. And you can always reach out to me. I'm going to type my email. There, you can always reach out to me. Let me see if there is any other question. Ernest has a question. I have been following remote working of late. Is it true that some companies offer, after offering you a placement, they send you their own computers to use? Yes. I work for such a company and they give you the machine. They give you the machine. Many people working remotely, they hardly share a link for remote work opportunities. I don't know why. Okay, I just said I am sharing the links. Yeah, I work for Athena. I'm not sure whether they pick people from Uganda yet, but I share everything. Which platforms do you recommend when it comes to freelance opportunities? So look at Talent Pop. Let me type it out. Talent Pop. And then there is Influx. Yeah, so those two companies, I'm very sure they hire from Africa and they hire from Kenya and Uganda. How do you avoid scammers in the remote work universe? You do your research, do your due diligence, and do your research. You have to actually do your research.
Thank you very
So,
much. We don't want to hold you much longer than you had offered,
okay.
Jen. We
Yes.
want to take the time to thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. And everyone on the call, I want to remind you that Jen is still with us. She still has 3 other sessions where she will take us through an entire process of succeeding with remote working. Today, we have just finished Excel at non-tech remote jobs available worldwide. You don't have to be a software engineer. You don't have to be a computer scientist. As you've heard, Jen is work is not necessarily, though you need the basic IT skills because you're using IT anyways. So the next session, which is next week, same time, is going to be titled Unlocking Opportunities in the Gig Economy. And after that one, we shall have another session, especially focusing on managing talent or working with others in the same kind of gig economy. So the kind of remote jobs we are talking about are the ones we are referring to as gig economy. So I want to encourage you. I've shared the poster and new link into the chat. Feel free to share it across your groups, across your download it, share it with your groups, with your friends, with your family, because this is knowledge that no one is really supposed to miss. But just in case they miss, especially if you feel someone should listen to this session, our YouTube channel is also open. Let me type it in the chat as well, so that if you think there are other sessions, we have had several sessions. As you can see, it is saying GPAP mentorship 23. We have had other 22 sessions in the past. So this is the 23rd, and the 24th is just ahead, and the 25th, which all will be facilitated by Jen. With that, I want to close this session by encouraging all of you to get in your chat and tell us how you feel. What do you feel about the session after Jen has exposed herself in terms of her work and what she does every single day? Tell us how you feel. Tell us what you've learned in 2-3 words. You don't have to write paragraphs. And you can also use the reactions icons to let us know how you feel. Very informative and encouraging session, Jen. Thank you so much. It was really insightful. Well done, Opio, Elizabeth. That is awesome. Please, you can also use, some reactions so we get to know how it is like, so that next week, Jen can also know how to improve, or how to even make it better. I see a lot of nice thumbs up, which is an indicator of very exciting job. Well done, Jen. So without any further ado, I want to call this meeting to close, and I will request Jen to share her closing remarks, and then we shall call it a day.
All right. Thank you so much, my Kampala community, for taking your time to attend this session. I also thank the guys from Nairobi. I know Nelly. Nelly is my friend and my boss. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate for you, and also the insight that I see on the chat section. What I will say is that start where you are, build skills intentionally, and think globally. You're not going to become a graphic designer and just design for the local people. No, you're going to become a graphic designer and you're going to take your designs to the world. We want to see what you can do. We want to see your social media management. We want to see how good you are in accounting, in your data analysis, and we want those skills put out into the world. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jen, and to the whole community that attended this session. We do not take you for granted. Come again next week. And we request that if you can take some time and also go through the channel, that will be awesome. You need to build all these skills, and we have put a very strong resource on YouTube that you can, go through and pick some perspectives or refresh and be ready for remote working. With that said and done, I wish you a very wonderful afternoon and lunch for those who are still waiting for lunch. Till next week, see you same day, same time for the theme unlocking opportunities in the gig economy. Thank you very much, Jen, once again, and have a wonderful afternoon. Bye, all of you.
Bye. Yes.
Bye.
No.